In today's discussion, I want to explore the ethical challenges that prosecutors often face during the course of a trial and throughout the criminal justice process. These challenges are rooted in both the unique responsibilities that prosecutors hold as public servants and the broader ethical principles governing the legal profession. First, let's consider the duty of truth and fairness. Unlike defense attorneys, who are tasked with zealously advocating for their client, prosecutors have a higher responsibility to seek justice, not simply to win a case. This means they must act as impartial agents, ensuring that the accused receives a fair trial. However, this goal can come in tension with the adversarial nature of the courtroom. One of the most critical ethical concerns prosecutors face is the obligation to disclose exculpatory evidence under Brady v. Maryland. This ruling requires prosecutors to disclose any evidence that could potentially exonerate the defendant. Failure to do so not only undermines the fairness of the trial, but can lead to wrongful convictions, an issue that has plagued the justice system for decades. In practice, withholding evidence, whether intentionally or due to negligence, represents a serious ethical breach, with examples ranging from smaller local cases to high-profile federal trials. Let's consider the case of Michael Morton, a man wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife. It later came to light that prosecutors had failed to disclose exculpatory evidence, including witness testimony and other critical information. The ethical violations in this case cost Morton nearly 25 years of his life, serving as a stark reminder of the human consequences of ethical lapses. But ethical issues don't end with evidence. Prosecutors also face dilemmas in plea bargaining. Over 90% of criminal cases in the U.S. are resolved through plea agreements. While plea bargains can expedite the legal process and reduce court backlogs, they also raise ethical questions. Are defendants, especially those who may be innocent but fear a harsher sentence at trial, being coerced into pleading guilty? The prosecutor's discretion here must be carefully balanced with fairness and transparency. A third area of concern is the media's influence. Prosecutors often work on cases of public interest, and the pressure to secure a conviction can be immense. Ethical guidelines prohibit them from making public statements that could prejudice the outcome of a trial. Yet, as we've seen in high-profile cases like O.J. Simpson and George Zimmerman, the court of public opinion can create pressure for prosecutors to act aggressively. The temptation to overstep ethical boundaries in order to manage public perception is an ever-present challenge. Furthermore, conflicts of interest are a crucial area of concern. A prosecutor may face conflicts between their personal beliefs or external pressures, whether political, organizational, or even from law enforcement agencies. The ethical guidelines set forth by the ABA Model Rules of Professional Conduct specifically warn against allowing personal interests or external influence to dictate a prosecutor's decisions. This brings us to the broader criminal justice system, where ethical conduct is required not just to prosecutors, but also defense attorneys, judges, and law enforcement. Defense attorneys are ethically bound to provide competent and zealous representation, but they must also navigate their own set of challenges, such as managing client confidentiality or advising clients to act in ways that may conflict with their best legal interests. Judges, too, must remain impartial and act as gatekeepers of the law, ensuring that all parties adhere to ethical and legal standards. Law enforcement officers must conduct investigations in a way that upholds the accused rights, avoiding coercion or misconduct that could taint the legal process. Collectively, the ethical actions or inactions of all these players contribute to the overall fairness of the trial. In conclusion, the ethical challenges faced by prosecutors are numerous and complex. They must constantly balance their duty to uphold justice with the pressures of the adversarial system and external influences. But these challenges are not insurmountable. By adhering to a strong ethical framework, rooted in transparency, fairness, and accountability, prosecutors, and indeed, all actors in the criminal justice system, can work toward a system that truly serves justice.